Ravi sir, Hari sir, Nageshwara sir, and Lalita ma'am. My name is A. Chanchita, and I am from ninth standard. Today I am going to present about the essence of Swami Vivekananda's quotes in our life. First, let me tell you introduction of Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda, in every Indian citizen, not only Indian citizens, remember Swami Vivekananda as an extraordinary intellectual personality with spiritual thoughts. He was a great, renowned writer, thinker, scholar, saint, and philosopher of contemporary India. And he was born on 12th January 1863 in the city of Joy, Calcutta. His original name was Narendranath Datta, and the names of his parents were Vishwanath Datta and Bhuvaneshwari Devi. His mother played a very important role in his life, and he was also a great singer. One day, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa visited to hear him singing a song, and he established a mission called Ramakrishna Mission. This particular mission is for doing the welfare works for the poor and needy people. My dear friends, I hope that you got little necessary information about Swami Vivekananda. Now, let me tell you two, three sentences about Youth Day. Youth Day is celebrated by every Indian citizen on 12th of January every year, being the birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda. And the government of India in the year 1984 declared the day as Youth Day. And since 1985, the event is being celebrated. My dear friends, the main theme, the main aim of Youth Day is to enhance and improve the rational thinking among the youth who are considered as the backbone of our nation. And almost 34% of India's population consists of youth. And the faces of the youth are the faces of our past, present, and future. And my dear friends, the power of youth is considered as the wealth of the nation. And today, the quote given by Swami Vivekananda that I have selected to present before you is God is like a sea, and all the religions are like rivers finally merging in the sea. This quote tells us that no religion is higher, no religion is lower. All religions are equal, and all religions gives us a nice path to reach the God. And it also tells us that even though if we fight with each other, we kill each other because of religious differences, we all should reach only one supreme soul, God. And my dear friends, the reason behind taking this particular quote given by Swami Vivekananda to present before you is that there is an ongoing incident in our own state, Andhra Pradesh, that is demolishing of idols taking place. This is creating a huge impact on our religious harmony in the country. Friends, I hope that we all will be united under any circumstances. And my dear friends, at this particular time, I would like to tell you one thing. That is, because of Ravi sir in this competition, we would have read many motivational quotes, motivational speeches given by great personalities. They will be very, very useful for us in our future only when we apply them in our practical life. We use them in our practical life. Okay, friends, let me tell you a nice story so that you can understand in a better way. Once there lived a village man when he would always be giving motivational quotes, motivational speeches to his village people. Once he was delivering a speech in a nearby forest, and a bird also listened to his speech. After completion of the speech, the village man went to the bird and he wanted to make the bird as his pet because it was a beautiful white bird. So he caught the bird, he kept in a cage. After some days, the wise bird called the village man. Then it said that if you release me, I would give you three precious gems which will be most useful for your future. The man got excited. He released the bird. Then the bird flew for some distance and it said, here is your first gem. The first gem is that please don't regret for your past action. Then the man said, oh no, this quote I have already read, I have already listened, and I have told to my disciple also. Then you are copying me. Fast, give me the second gem. Then the bird said, here is your second gem. Second gem is that please don't lose faith on yourself. Then the man said, you already copied from me. This also said to my disciples with anger. Then the bird continued saying, it flew for higher distance, and it said, you foolish man, if you would not release me, I would give you 3 precious diamonds, which would make you the richest man in the world. Then the man started regretting himself. He started shouting, he yelled out. Then the bird said, I'm not going to give you the third gem. The man asked, why? At least give me third gem, which I don't know. Then the bird said, what is the use of giving you third gem? The first, second gem that I have gave you, you said you have already read, you have already listened, you have said to your disciples, but you are not following in your practical life. I'm not willing to give you the third gem. It said like that and it flew off. Then the man realized. And friends, I would like to give you a nice moral for this story. Moral is, I would like to give you the difference between inspirational personalities like Swami Vivekananda and APJ Abdul Kalam and a normal village man in our story. That is, great inspirational people, succeeded people would give quotes, listen quotes, would make other people better. They will be the best person and they'll apply what they have learned in their practical life. But we cannot see any type of these qualities in the normal people like village man in our story. So friends, I hope that you will follow all the quotes that you have read. And my dear friends, before concluding my speech, I would like to give you the 2 quotes given by Swami Vivekananda that are my favorite. The first one is, take up one idea. Make the one idea your life. Dream of it, think of it, and finally live on that idea. This quote, given by Swami Vivekananda, tells us that how consistent we have to be in achieving our goals and how selectively we have to achieve our goals. And the second quote given by Swami Vivekananda is, assume that a raindrop is falling down. If it falls in our hand, it will be very useful. It will be even useful for drinking purpose also. If it falls on a gutter, its value drops. Even it will not be useful for washing our feet. If it falls on a hot pan, it perishes. If it falls on a lotus, it shines. If it falls on an oyster, it become a pearl. So by this, Swami Vivekananda is trying to tell us that. Sorry, sir, disturbance is coming. 1 minute. The main from this, the Swami Vivekananda is trying to tell us that the drop is same and it is not important to know where the drop was born, but it is noteworthy to know that with whom the raindrop associates with. This is a very important in this quote, and this particular quote given by Swami Vivekananda tells us that the definition of association, and he also tells us that we should always be associated with a kind, good-hearted people. And my dear friends, personally, I think that Swami Vivekananda is an inspiration to many people throughout the world. And without any doubt, we can say that he's a source of inspiration. And finally, he's the pride of our nation. Thank you, sir, for giving me this golden opportunity. Thank you, friends. Good luck. Have a nice day.
Nice, Anshita. So happy to listen to you again. Then, nice presentation. The remarks of your presentation and the appreciation, everything we will see at the end. Okay. Now, I would request next Mr. Lokotar to present your topic.
Good morning, everyone. This is Lokotar Chanduri, and today I am here to present the real meaning quote of Swami Vivekananda. But at first, I would like to wish everyone an advanced Happy Youth Day, which was celebrated on 12th January, being the birthday of Swami Vivekananda. The proverb goes like this: we want that education by which character is formed, strength of mind is increased, and intellect is expanded, and by which one can stand on its own feet. Let us understand this proverb clearly. What do we want? That education means we need an education system where next by which character is formed. means where character can be created. In this proverb, note it that character in the sense good character, not the bad character. Let us understand this with a simple example. Karishma is an IAS officer at present. In her schooling, she used to be serious towards her studies and paid much concentration towards it. After that, she got great marks in her exam and was appointed as an IAS officer. Then she started inculcating bad characters or bad qualities like corruption, and after a few days, she was caught red-handed taking cash illegally. Then she was removed from her position. Society started seeing her as a characterless woman. From this, we can know that she doesn't have a good character at starting in her schooling. So she had changed her character, which she made at her schooling or at her younger age. Next, strength of mind is increased, which means increasing the mind's capacity to learn more and more. Let us understand this one also with a simple example. A person practicing other sense, other than textbook or beyond the textbook level, will have more IQ than others. And after, if he has to face any problem, he can solve it easily when compared to others and can think in many more ways. After that, it was intellect is expanded, which means increasing the power to know, which in turn means everyone should have anxiety to learn more and more, and everyone should have an intention to at least know a single drop of education, where education is like an ocean and it is unstoppable. Next, and by which one can stand on its own feet, which means if a person could take independent decisions or not. Let us take this situation. If a person is in a trouble, if he could get out of the trouble on his own, or he is taking any other support. Now let us understand this proverb completely. It means that our education system should change in such a way that students should know what the character is and what is their character and how to form it. Then how to increase the strength by not making them just by harding the things that were given in textbook or notes, or and rather make them know how to increase their IQ. For example, they can suggest the IQ games available on their mobiles instead of making them habituated by giving their mobiles to play some time wasting games like PUBG and Free Fire, which affect the player's eyes too, and which can show some effect on their future. And teachers and parents should encourage their child's ability and what children were interested in. But we should not encourage in negative interest like watching TV and playing mobile games, which helps them to build their career and which helps them to stand on their own feet. This was the real intention of Swami Vivekananda in speaking the words, "We want that education by which character is formed, strength of mind is increased, and intellect is expanded, and by which one can stand on its own feet." I have selected this proverb because it is mostly related to my age and our present situation, where teachers try to make us by heart in most of the cases, and they think that only reading can make our life beautiful. So most of the school don't show interest in co-curricular activities like art and game. Thank you very much for giving me this wonderful opportunity once again.
Nice, Mr.
Thank you,
Lokothar.
sir.
So happy to listen to you. Then, as I already mentioned that we will get remarks at the end. Nice. Now, I would request Madam Tulsi to present her topic.
Good morning, friends. Good morning, Jess. I'm Tulsi. Today, I would like to tell one of the Swami Vivekananda quote in Telugu. తెలుగులో కూడా మనకంటే వివేకానంద గారి సూక్తులు అని ఒక బుక్ ఉంది. నిన్ననే కొన్నాను. చాలా బాగుంది. 600 పైగా సూక్తులు ఉన్నాయి దీంట్లో. చాలా బాగుంది. నేను ఒక దాని గురించి చెప్తున్నాను ఇప్పుడు. బంగారము అని తెలుసుకోవడానికి అది ప్యూర్ గా ఉందా లేదా అని తెలుసుకోవడానికి పరీక్షలు పెడతారు, కానీ బొగ్గుకు పెట్టరు. అలాగే ఒక మనిషికి మంచి మనిషి అని చెప్పడానికే పరీక్షలు ఉంటాయి, కానీ ముంచే వాళ్లకు పరీక్షలు ఉండవు అని సూక్తి. అంటే మనం బంగారాన్ని కొనాలన్నా అమ్మాలన్నా వాళ్ళు షాప్ వాళ్ళు ఫస్ట్ ప్యూరిటీ చెక్ చేస్తారనమాట. అలాగే బొగ్గును కొనాలి అంటే మనం ఏం ప్యూరిటీని చెక్ చేయము. అలాగే మనుషులలో కూడా అంటే మనం కొంతమంది నాకే ఎందుకు కష్టాలు వచ్చినాయి అని అనుకుంటూ ఉంటారు. నేను ఎవరికి హాని చెయ్యలేదు కదా, నాకే ఎందుకు కష్టాలు వచ్చినాయి అనుకుంటూ ఉంటారు. కానీ అది మంచి వాళ్ళకు పెట్టే పరీక్ష, దేవుడు పెట్టే పరీక్ష అన్నమాట. అంటే మనం మంచి వాళ్ళు పరీక్షలు కష్టాలు వచ్చినా కూడా మళ్ళీ వాళ్ళు చెడు మార్గానికి వెళ్తారా లేదా అని పరీక్ష పెడతారన్నమాట. అంటే మనం కష్టాలు వచ్చినా కూడా మంచి మార్గాన్నే అనుసరించాలి, చెడు మార్గాన్ని అనుసరించకూడదు అనేది నీతి. తర్వాత దీనికి ఒక చిన్న ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఒక కొండ మీద 2 రాళ్ళు ఉంటాయి. ఒక శిల్పి చూసి ఆ రాళ్ళు ఖాళీగా ఉన్నాయి కదా, మనం ఏదైనా దీన్ని తయారు చేద్దాము అని ఒక రాయిని తీసుకొని ఒక అందమైన శిల్పంగా మారుస్తారు. కానీ శిల్పంగా మార్చాలి అంటే దాన్ని సుత్తితో కొట్టాలి, చిల్లితోటి ఎన్నో బాధలు భరించాలి. ఆ రాయి శిల్పంగా మారాలి, అందమైన బొమ్మగా మారాలి అంటే ఎన్నో కష్టాలు అనుభవించాలి. కానీ ఆ రాయి ఏమనుకుంటుందంటే, ఎందుకు నన్నే సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకున్నారు, పక్కన ఇంకో రాయి ఉంది కదా, నన్ను సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకున్నారు ఎందుకు, నాకే ఇన్ని బాధలు ఎందుకు అని బాధపడుతుంది అన్నమాట. కానీ పక్కనుండే రాయి ఏమనుకుంటది, అమ్మయ్య నన్ను సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకోలేదు కాబట్టి నేను బతికిపోయినాను, నాకు ఆ బాధలన్నీ లేవు కాబట్టి నేను ప్రశాంతంగా ఇక్కడే హ్యాపీగా ఉండొచ్చు అని అనుకుంటుంది. తర్వాత ఎన్ని రోజులు కష్టపడి దాన్ని సుత్తితో కొట్టి ఒక అందమైన బొమ్మగా మార్చి ఒక విగ్రహం లాగా తయారు చేశారు ఆ శిల్పి. తర్వాత అతను వెళ్ళిపోయారు. కానీ కొంతమంది వ్యక్తులు చూసి, అరే ఈ విగ్రహం చాలా అందంగా ఉంది, దీన్ని మనము ఒక దేవతగా ప్రతిష్ఠించి దేవునిగా చేసుకోవచ్చు కదా అని గుడిలో ప్రతిష్ఠించి దానికి పూజలు చేయడము, నైవేద్యాలు పెట్టడము, అలంకరణ, విగ్రహము దేవత అంటే మంచిగా అలంకరణ కూడా చేస్తారు. అలాగే అలంకరణ చేయడము, పూలు, నైవేద్యాలు అన్ని ఇచ్చారనమాట. సరే దేవునికి దగ్గరికి భక్తులు ఊరికే రారు కదా, టెంకాయలు పట్టుకొని వస్తారు. టెంకాయ కొట్టడానికి ఎక్కడ అని ఒక ప్లేస్ తీసుకొని చూసిన వ్యక్తులు, ఆ శిల్పాన్ని చూసిన వ్యక్తులే పక్కన ఇంకో బండ ఖాళీగా ఉంది, ఆ బండని తెచ్చి టెంకాయ కొట్టడానికి పెడతాము అని అనుకుంటారన్నమాట. అప్పుడు ఆ బండకు తెలిసి వచ్చింది, అంటే అప్పుడు తర్వాత శిలగా మారిన బండ కూడా అప్పుడు నిర్ణయించుకుంది అనమాట. అంటే నేను ఈ కష్టాలన్నీ అనుభవించింది కూడా ఈ గౌరవం పొందడానికే అని ఆ శిలకు అర్థమైంది. ఈ టెంకాయలు కొట్టడానికి తెచ్చిన బండ కూడా అప్పుడు అనుకోయింది అనమాట. కొన్ని కష్టాలు అనుభవిస్తేనే గాని మనకు ఒక ఫలితం, మంచి ఫలితం రాదు అనేది దానికి అర్థమైంది. ఇంకా ఎగ్జాంపుల్ సార్ కూడా చెప్పుకోవచ్చు. ఎన్నో అంటే మేమైనా ఒక సండేస్ లీవ్ పెట్టుకుంటాం కానీ సార్ ప్రతి సండేస్ మా కోసం ఎన్నో ఇట్లా ప్రోగ్రామ్స్, ఇంపాక్ట్ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ అనుకో, గెస్ట్ అవర్ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ అన్ని చేస్తూ ఉంటారు కాబట్టి ఇప్పుడు మేమంతా చాలా గౌరవిస్తాం సార్ని. ఆ గౌరవం పొజిషన్ రావడానికి సార్ ఎంతో కష్టపడింటారు అనుకుంటున్నాను. తర్వాత చివరిగా చెప్పేది ఏమంటే, మనం ఎప్పుడైనా గానీ మనకు కష్టాలు వచ్చినాయి అంటే దాన్ని వరాలుగా స్వీకరించాలి. అంతేకాని నాకే ఎందుకు వస్తున్నాయని బాధకు పడకూడదు. ఇంకోటి కూడా వివేకానంద గారు కష్టాల గురించి ఒకటి చెప్పారు. కష్టములనే గోడలను శీలంతో చీల్చుకొని ముందుకు సాగు అని చెప్పారు. అంటే చాలా వివేకానంద స్వామి ఎన్నో కొటేషన్స్ చెప్పారు. ఒక్కొక్క దానికి ఇలా డీప్ గా వెళ్తే చాలా అర్థం ఉంటుంది. ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి వివేకానంద స్వామి గారి ప్రోత్సాహం లభించాలని ప్రార్థిస్తూ నేను సెలవు తీసుకుంటాను. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ దిస్ ఆపర్చునిటీ సార్.
మంచిదమ్మ తులసి, సో హ్యాపీ, నైస్. దెన్ just as it's getting late, 12:15, then I would request next speaker, then we will see comments at the end, madam. Nice. Next one, then Venkat.
Yes,
Mr. Venkat, please go ahead.
Sir, am I visible, sir?
No. Please switch on your video. It's not visible.
Sir,
now it's okay, gentlemen. Please go ahead.
Live to express, not to impress. A glorious good morning to everyone. This is Venkat from 9th here to present some of the inspiring quotes of Swami Vivekananda. Take risk in your life. If you win, you can lead. If you lose, you can guide. Many of them take risk in their life, I guess. Some of them may win and some of them may lose. But instead of dispiriting, we can guide ourselves, then certainly we will reach for the top. There are many persons who had lost, in spite they succeeded in their lives. Some of them are Stephen Hawking, Einstein, Edison, and many more. Let's consider the life of Einstein. Albert Einstein was born on 14 March 1879 without any indication that he was destined for greatness. On the contrary, his mother thought Einstein was a freak. As to her, his head seemed much too large. At the age of 2.5, Einstein still wasn't talking. Anyway, he finally talked by uttering everything twice. His playmates called him Brother Boris. A headmaster once told his father that what Einstein chose as a profession wouldn't matter because he will never make success of anything. Einstein hated school regimentation and often clashed with his teachers. Later, he decided to study at a university in Zurich. Einstein felt a special interest in a fellow student, Mileva Marvik, whom he found to be a clever creature. The couple fell in love in 1900 at the age of 21. Albert Einstein was a university graduate and unemployed. He finally secured a job in 1902 as a technical expert in a patent office. While working in his boring job, he had discovered the world's famous equation that is E is equal to mc square. Albert Einstein had wanted to marry Mileva right after finishing his studies, but his mother was against it. She thought Mileva was 3 years older than Albert Einstein. However, the pair finally married, but a few years later, the marriage flattered. The couple eventually divorced in 1919. Einstein married his cousin Elsa the same year. You see, friends, in our life there are many obstacles which try to obstruct you, but we need to take risk and try to move ahead. In this path, we may lose and may win. So if we lose, try to guide ourselves instead of despairing. The person who will guide themselves will reach for the top. Second point, meditation can turn fools into sages, but unfortunately, fools never meditate. Meditation is an unpredictable medicine which can turn fools into sages and it can cure many diseases. However, many fools don't show interest towards meditation because of indolence. There are many merits of meditation. Some of them are it enhances our concentration, refreshes our mind, increases patience, reduces negative thoughts, helps us to focus on present. You know, guys, there was an incident which had happened in my life. Today, I would like to share it. Every day, my sister goes to meditation classes. She usually gets irritated by small things. However, after a month, she became very cool. This incident made me realize that meditation has superpowers which can change fools into sages. Conclusion. Meditate yourself and be a superhuman just like Swami Vivekananda. Third quote. Three golden rules. Who's helping you? Don't forget them. Who's loving you? Don't hate them. Who's trusting you? Don't cheat them. The person who is helping you is the person equal to the feasibility of God. You must not forget him or her. If you forget him or her, it's not a mistake. It's a big offense which shouldn't be pardoned. In this world, we get love from only a few living beings. The love and concern is unpredictable. We can't even imagine the love. It's as high as Mount Everest. The love is unconditional, so don't hate them. Trust is an unpredictable belief in others. If you break the trust, probably you have broken a great man's heart and which can't even be fixed. Trust is similar to glass. If you break the glass, it couldn't attain its original shape. Similarly, if you break trust in a person, you may never regain their trust. Conclusion. Follow those three golden rules which was given by Swami Vivekananda because these are the fundamental principles of our life. The person who won't follow these principles will certainly be companionless because he had cheated the person who trusted him. He had hated the person who loved him. He had forgotten the person who helped him. So follow those three golden rules. Before ending up my speech, I would like to wish all Happy National Youth Day. Thank you, sir, for giving me this outstanding opportunity.
Nice, Mr. Venkat. So happy to listen to you. The
Thank
next, I would request here Divya to present her topic. Let's start, Divya.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, all. I am Divya. Here, 1st January, we are celebrating Swami Vivekananda's birthday as well as National Youth Day. Youth of India are future of our country. Based on youth, our India is decided to become as developing country. So I want to say quotes of Swami Vivekananda which are useful to the youth to achieve their life ambitions. Swami Vivekananda was a great person of an India. I want to say quote of Swami Vivekananda. Take risks in your life. If you win, you can lead. If you lose, you can guide. An example for this quote is Elon Musk. We all know Elon Musk was a great businessman. He's founder, CEO, CTO, and chief designer of SpaceX, early investor, CEO and product architect of Tesla, founder of the Boring Company, co-founder of Neuralink, co-founder and initial co-chairman of Open Artificial Intelligence. But Elon Musk took many risks in his life. Elon Musk was born on unlucky family. He born on 1971. He took many risks in his life. In his childhood only he learned computer language. He is interested in computer language and sciences. At the age of 12, he created a game called Blaster. It was a wonderful game. He sold it at a rate of $500. He started SpaceX company in 2002 with $100 billion. He launched first space rocket, but it failed. He started another. Second, it also failed. Third rocket also failed, but the fourth rocket was um, successfully entered. And SpaceX is dealt with NASA. The NASA company dealt with SpaceX, the first private company which NASA dealt with SpaceX. And he also the owner of the Tesla Tesla cars. Tesla cars are the most world's luxurious car. So we should take our life. Without risk, our life will be nothing. We should take risks in our life. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Madhivya, nice. Then here, last one here to present Lakshmi Manohara.
Is it
Yeah, it's visible
audible,
now.
sir?
Audible and visible, madam. Please go ahead.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, one and all. Swami Vivekananda was surely one of the to have taken on Indians. His work continues to inspire millions of youth even today. Swami Vivekananda, who was a chief Indian mystic, Ramakrishna not only worked to promote the Hindu religion through his preachings, but also created a sense of patriotism in the hearts of Indians. His work changed the perspective of the entire world to look at India. His speech in Chicago on September 11, 1893 is still regarded as a landmark event. He started off his address with Brothers and Sisters of America that got him standing ovation from the audience present there. In his speech, enlightened listeners through actual preachings of Hinduism. His speech left an impact on the minds of Americans, and he was referred to as an cyclic monk from India. He was born on January 12, 1863, as Narendranath Datta to an influential family in Kolkata. He was always inclined towards spirituality. In his later life, he went on to establish the Ramakrishna Mission and the Ramakrishna Math. January 12, 2021 will mark his 158th birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda. His birthday is celebrated as the National Youth Day. On his birth anniversary, we look back at the quotes and teachings of Swami Vivekananda and still continue to inspire everyone to work towards a meaningful life. These are the quotes I applied on my life is strength is life, weakness is death. Expansion is life, contraction is death. Love is life, hatred is death. I'm having a dream of going abroad for pursuing a master's from childhood. If I contract to this dream, my life will be like that because I'm not interested in doing job in India or either marriage. because some of the partners may are not interested in studies after marriage. As we are Telugu people, when their daughters completed BTech, their huge responsibility in their life is to do marriage for their daughter. But if I expanded my life with my dream, even with many obstacles in life, I can chase my life because I am interested in that particular thing. I'll keep my heart and soul and I'll work on that. If I'm not interested on an even small thing, also it is too hard for me to do. I had cleared all the exams which required for master's course and I applied for the universities and planning to go for next intake. Now I am following with this quote. Take risks in your life. If you win, you can lead. If you lose, you can guide. This is the biggest risk I am taking in my life. As I'm a girl child here, parents will take care of me like spoon feeding. As a girl, living parents and surviving in other countries is not an ordinary thing. If I win, I can. If I win, I can. In my journey, I can get succeed in my life. If I lose, I can guide many people with many examples. But if I stopped there without taking risks in my life, then there is no meaning to my life. My life will stop here. Another quote now I would like to say is meditation can turn fools into sages, but unfortunately, fools never meditate. I started doing meditation since 1 year. After meditating, I had changed a lot regarding focus and concentration and also anger management, stress management. And meditation is very important in our daily life for the peaceful life. These are the quotes which inspired me a lot for fulfilling my dream in my journey. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Okay, thank you, Manohara. Friends, with this we have completed all 6 participants' presentations. Then it is a time for me to request our sir and madam to give their judgment and at the same time remarks also. And this is the day where of course the actual youth day is the day after tomorrow, but because of Sunday we are celebrating now, and surely on this occasion we get nice insightful thoughts from our madam Lalita Shekhar and of course our Nageshwar sir. And at first I would request madam to speak a few lines.
Hello, Ravi.
Madam,
Hello.
just it is audible, madam. Yes.
Are you getting my voice? Are
Yes,
you
yes,
getting?
madam. Yes, madam. It is loud and clear.
So, good morning, all of you, my dear friends. You have presented very well, and it's a very beautiful presentation. Each student is a gem. I should say, and you are blessed to have such a nice teacher who encourages you all with values, with great personalities. Ravi, Mr. Ravi Kant, you are lucky to have such a nice teacher. And Ravi is also very lucky to have such a nice students. And all of you presented very, very well. Each presentation is like a beautiful flower with good colors, fragrance, shape, ideas, originality. It is difficult to judge actually. But anyway, I would like to say a few words about, should I say, Ravi, about the
Yeah, sure, madam.
presentation
With
of the
pleasure,
girls
madam. With
or
pleasure, with
some other
pleasure.
things?
Yeah, with pleasure, madam. Please.
What do you expect me to say?
Just you can give, your judgment and at the same time, your observations, madam. How they present.
Observations, my observations regarding these
yes, these
teachers.
presentations. Yes, madam. Participants.
Okay. I hope all students can also follow Telugu.
Yes, madam.
Okay. Now, first girl, her
Anshita.
good name is the girl?
Anshita, ma.
Anshita. And in my opinion, hers is the best presentation. ఎలాగా మంచి ప్రెజెంటేషన్ అంటే తన ఫస్ట్ మార్క్స్ 10/10. తన ఫస్ట్ మెరిట్ ఈస్ her creative talent in composing. ద ఐడియాలజీ ఆఫ్ స్వామి వివేకానంద. అండ్ ఆమె డీవియేట్ కాలేదు సబ్జెక్ట్ నుంచి, వేరే వేరే పర్సనాలిటీస్ జోలికి వెళ్ళాల. అదే పర్సనాలిటీ స్వామి వివేకానంద గురించి వాళ్ళు మనం చెప్పుకుందాం అనుకుంటున్నాం కాబట్టి అదే టాపిక్ మీద అబైడ్ అయ్యి చెప్పింది. తను చెప్పిన విషయాలు కూడా చాలా చాలా బాగున్నాయి. వాయిస్ బాగుంది, తర్వాత లాంగ్వేజ్ బాగుంది, తర్వాత పెనిట్రేషన్ ఆఫ్ ద సబ్జెక్ట్ బాగుంది. ఇంకా ఒక క్రియేటివ్ టాలెంట్, ఒక విజ్డమ్ని చూపించగలిగింది ఆ అమ్మాయి. అంటే క్రియేటివ్గా ఉంది. ఆ చెప్పే వాటిల్లో కూడా ఒక తనదంటూ ఒక ఒరిజినాలిటీ ఉంది. తను డీవియేట్ కాలేదు. వాయిస్ క్లారిటీ కానీ, భాష కానీ, ఎన్నుకున్న సబ్జెక్ట్ కానీ, ప్రజెంటేషన్ కానీ అన్నీ కూడా సాటిస్ఫాక్టరీగా ఉన్నాయి కంప్లీట్గా. అది నా అభిప్రాయం. తను చక్కగా చెప్పగలిగింది. నెక్స్ట్ ప్రెజెంటేషన్స్ వాళ్ళు కూడా చాలా బాగా చెప్పారు. వాళ్ళ గురించి చెప్పాల్సి వస్తే ఇంకా సెకండ్ ఎవరు,
మిస్టర్ లోకోత్తర్.
ఇఫ్ ఐఎమ్ రైట్, లోకోత్తర్. ఇంకా లోకోత్తర్ దాంట్లో కూడా భాష బాగుంది. లోకోత్తర్ దాంట్లో చాలా చాలా భాష బాగుంది. తన ఫాస్ట్గా ఉందని ముందే మీరు చెప్పారు కాబట్టి బాగానే ఉంది. స్పీడ్ మెయింటైన్ చేయటం అది బాగుంది, లాంగ్వేజ్ బాగుంది. తను ఎన్నుకున్న కొటేషన్స్ కూడా స్వామి వివేకానంద సబ్జెక్ట్కి అబైడ్ అయ్యే ఉన్నాయి. బయటికి వెళ్లకుండా తనకు నచ్చినవి, తను బిలీవ్ చేసినవి చక్కగా చెప్పగలిగాడు. చిన్న బాబు అబ్బాయి కూడా చక్కగా చెప్పాడు. బట్ ఎనీవే వాయిస్కి, వాయిస్ కాదు, తన లాంగ్వేజ్కి, అతను సబ్జెక్ట్ని డీల్ చేసిన దానికి ఎక్కువ మార్క్స్ పడతాయి. తనకి 8 out of 10 వస్తాయి లోకోత్తర్, నా ఒపీనియన్లో. దిస్ ఇస్ మై ఒపీనియన్. హీ గాట్ 8 marks out of 10. ఇక నెక్స్ట్ ప్రెజెంటేషన్ తులసి మేడం. ఇఫ్ ఐఎమ్ రైట్?
ఎస్ మేడం. ఎస్ తులసి మేడం.
తులసి గారు తెలుగులో చక్కగా చెప్పారు. ఆవిడ లైఫ్ అనుభవంలోంచి ఎలాగా రాళ్ళు, చిజిల్డ్ డైమండ్, అన్చిజిల్డ్ డైమండ్కి తేడా ఏంటో చాలా చక్కగా చెప్పారు. కాబట్టి బాధలు బోధలు అనే ఒక కాన్సెప్ట్ని చక్కగా చెప్పగలిగారు ఆవిడ కూడాను. అయితే ఏంటంటే ఎప్పుడు దిస్ ఇస్ స్వామి వివేకానంద టాపిక్ కాబట్టి ఆ కొటేషన్స్లోంచి ఎక్కువ స్వామి వివేకానందకి సంబంధించింది ఎక్కువ మాట్లాడడం అనేది ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఇక్కడ ఇన్ జనరల్ విషయాల కంటే కూడా దిస్ ఈజ్ ఎ స్పెషల్ డే and topic is also specially given. So the presenter must be abide with the topic and must give all the information regarding topic rather than other ones. But anyway, madam kuda chaala baagundi. Madam kuda, in my opinion, she got 6 out of 10. 6 Tulsi madam, 6 out of 10, 60%. In my opinion. And the next presenter, Venkattamma.
Yes madam. And one simple
so
request madam, and within 2 or 3 minutes the next session is going to be cut off because of technical challenge. I request you all to rejoin again.
Okay,
please.
Okay. ఇప్పుడు వెంకట్ దగ్గర ఆగాం మనం. వెంకట్ కదా?
Yes ma'am.
Venkat gave much information regarding Einstein rather than Swami Vivekananda. Our topic is not Einstein. Our topic is Swami Vivekananda. And it is important. It is easy to simply read out. It is easy to by heart the quotations. ఒక మూసలో చెప్పడం నేను చాలా ఏళ్ళుగా వింటున్నాను. బట్ ఇవాళ కొద్దిమంది లోకోత్తర్ కానీ, ఫస్ట్ చెప్పిన అమ్మాయి కానీ మూసలా లేదు. అంటే ఎప్పుడు అందరూ టిపికల్గా బై హార్ట్ చేసి చెప్పేలాగా లేదు. దే కుడ్ డైజెస్ట్ ఇట్ వెల్. అండ్ దాంట్లోని ఎస్సెన్స్ని చక్కగా తీసుకోగలిగారు వాళ్ళు. ఇక్కడ తంది కూడా బాగుంది. ఇక్కడ వెంకట్ ఐడియల్స్ కూడా బాగున్నాయి. ఎందుకంటే మంచి ఐడియాలజీ ఉంది, మంచి రీడర్ అని అర్థం అవుతుంది. కానీ కొంచెం దానికి అబైడ్ అయి ఉంటే బాగుంటుంది. ఆ టాపిక్కి స్వామి వివేకానంద గురించి ఎక్కువ చెప్తే బాగుంటుంది. సో కాబట్టి ఐ గేవ్ హిమ్ 6 out of 10 దానికి. ఇక నెక్స్ట్ గర్ల్ ఈజ్ ఐ థింక్ దివ్య.
ఎస్ మేడం, దివ్య.
తంది కూడా చాలా బాగుంది, తను బాగా చెప్పింది. ఇంకొక వెంకట్ దాంట్లో ఏంటంటే మెడిటేషన్ గురించి చెప్తూ ఫూల్స్ కెన్ కన్వర్ట్ దెమ్సెల్వ్స్ యాజ్ సేజెస్ అనేది మనం అందరూ ఫూల్స్ అని చెప్పడం ఒక నెగిటివ్ అవుతుంది. అది మెడిటేషన్ చేయని వాళ్ళు ఫూల్స్ అనడం కంటే అన్అవేర్ ఆఫ్ ద వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ ద మెడిటేషన్, దే ఆర్ అన్అవేర్ ఆఫ్ ద వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ డూయింగ్ మెడిటేషన్, అంతే. దే ఆర్ నాట్ ఫూల్స్. సో కాబట్టి మనం వీ షుడ్ బి వెరీ చూజీ వైల్ ప్రెజెంటింగ్ ఏ వర్డ్. సో దట్స్ మై ఒపీనియన్. కాబట్టి వెంకట్, మెడిటేషన్ వాల్యూని చెప్పాలి కానీ చేయని వాళ్ళు ఫూల్స్ అంటే కాదు, అది కాదు. ఓకే, అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ Divya could do, and she got her language good, and she got 5 out of 10. And Lakshmi
మనోహర.
లాస్ట్
అవునవును.
భాష బాగుంది. లక్ష్మి మనోహరి అమ్మాయి భాష చాలా బాగుంది. హర్ లాంగ్వేజ్ ఈజ్ హర్ ప్లస్ పాయింట్. బట్ ఇక్కడ కూడా నేను అమ్మాయికి తనకి అడ్వైస్ చేసేది ఏంటంటే పర్సనల్గా ఉంది ఎక్కువ, అండ్ హర్ అంబిషన్స్ ఆర్ గోయింగ్ అబ్రాడ్, గెటింగ్ సెటిల్డ్ దేర్. దిస్ ఈస్ ద టాపిక్ ఆఫ్ స్వామి వివేకానంద. Actually, how Swami Viveka is still a great necessity to the, not only to the youth but also to the every citizen of India. కాబట్టి వివేకానంద ప్రజెంట్ చేసిన వాల్యూస్ లోంచి దాన్ని ఏది మనసుకు బాగా హత్తుకుందో, ఏది మన కళ్ళమ నీళ్ళు, ఇందాక చాలా మంది ఫస్ట్ 3 లోకోత్తర్ కానీ ఫస్ట్ అంకిత కానీ మేడం కానీ చాలా టచింగ్ గా చెప్పారు. అవి ఏవి మనకి కొన్ని కొటేషన్స్ కొంతమందికి చాలా మనసు మీద ప్రభావం పడతాయి చదవగానే. అది దట్ ఈస్ స్వామి వివేకానంద. మనం ఎవరు చదివినా అలా ఉండదు, కానీ ఒక రకంగా బ్లడ్ రష్ అవుతుంది మన బాడీలో. అది గొప్పతనం స్వామి. ఎందుకంటే ఆయన ఆత్మలోంచి, ఆయన ఉత్సాహంలోంచి, ఆయన ఆకాంక్షల్లోంచి వచ్చిన వాక్యాలు అవి. కూర్చుని పెన్నుతో కూర్చుని రాసినవి కాదవి. కాబట్టి ఆయన జీవితం అంతా దానికోసం వెచ్చించాడు మహానుభావుడు. అలాంటి బర్నింగ్ ఒక డిజైర్ నుంచి, ఒక ఆకాంక్షలోంచి ఆయన చెప్పిన కొటేషన్స్ ఎలా ఉంటాయంటే ఇవాళ చదివినా కూడా మనకు మళ్ళీ ఉత్సాహం, ఉత్తేజం 2 కలుగుతూ ఉంటాయి. కాబట్టి